Hi Twin Flames, welcome to Luna Phoenix Tarot. My name is Stephanie. For those of you who are new, welcome. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. For returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for your support. It means the world to me. And also, thank you guys for leaving your comments. I know it's not always easy to share, and I love reading your comments. And it's also a validation for me that I am resonating with at least some of you, because at the end of the day, that's the goal, right? With that being said, this is a general message, so it may not resonate with everybody. This is for divine counterparts, twin flames, soulmates, strong soul connections. Sometimes I believe in labels, sometimes I don't. I go back and forth with that, so that's neither here nor there. I'm going to do a check-in on the energy with this full moon and this lunar eclipse, also with these retrogrades. I've been feeling it. I've been wanting to do this video for a few days now, but my energy has been pretty yuck. So I didn't want that to reflect in my reading. But there's a lot of heavy energy going on. A lot of us are being called back to go within, and that's because of the retrogrades and because of the full moon. We have Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, Chiron, and now Mercury. And also Uranus. I forgot about Uranus. All in retrograde. So there's a lot of inner work that's going on, and it's actually being kind of reflected in these cards. I did do a pre-shuffle. We have the divine masculine here, and we have the divine feminine here. What I'm getting initially off of this is that, and I didn't mention this is for soul connections and separation. So this is if you are in some kind of separation. What I'm seeing here is the end of karmic cycles. Which ties into Pluto and Neptune and all these planets being in retro, specifically Saturn. A lot of karmic cycles and soul contracts are being completed at this time. So the masculine, we also show the masculine kind of in their head, which again goes into this energy. But what I do see here is walking away. So it looks like they're going to be completing these karmic cycles, these soul contracts, the karmic contracts, and be leaving these situations that are no longer serving them. For the divine feminine, we have the sun, beautiful. We also have the garden and the gate. And what this card tells me is sometimes we get stuck in our comfort zone. The garden here is beautiful, right? But outside it looks kind of desolate and dry, dead. But you may not know what's out there. So it's not a card of avoiding darkness or, you know, like a transformational death. This is more of a card of not getting too comfortable with the beauty that surrounds you. Sometimes you do have to go into the shadows. Sometimes you do have to go into the darkness and heal from it. So sometimes we are called back to address the things that are keeping us from moving forward, basically, is what I'm getting. And we also have patience. This journey can be extremely tiring, extremely frustrating. But when you're focused on the right thing, and that is healing and moving forward and working past your blocks, it can be beautiful. And so I think the universe is just calling you guys to be patient. One thing that stood out to me in this pre-shuffle was these two cards. The gate's closed for the feminine, right? It's open for the masculine. So I feel like some masculines are going to be coming toward you guys. Masculines, if you're watching, you'll be leaving this situation and moving toward your divine counterpart. Also, and I swear I cannot make this up, the bottom of the deck was a woman holding a heart. And we got the number 44 here. This number is significant to me. It's been significant to me. And I feel like a lot of you are seeing 4-4, which relates to foundations, roots, ancestry, family ties, things like that. Internal foundations, foundations within yourself, and foundations within your connections. Right below that, we had yin yang. That's my divine counterpart card. 2-2. So some of you may be seeing 2-2. And I didn't make this up. I just left it as it was. I know it's hard to believe sometimes. Like when I do personal readings, sometimes I don't do them on video. And it's like, I want to do this on video. So you can see that's what comes out. So I do want to tap into the masculine's energy. And then I'll get into the feminine's energy a little more and see what's going on. I'm so excited. I know I'm late to the party, but I got the Game of Thrones tarot, and I love it. I haven't done a video with it yet, but I've done some private readings, and it's amazing. I love this deck. So if you're interested in a tarot deck that's not the traditional Rider-Waite, Game of Thrones is awesome. If you've watched the show, or if not, I've watched most of it. It's easy to see how the characters relate to the cards, so it helps tremendously if you're trying to understand tarot. Especially the court cards. Alright. What message do we have for the Divine Masculine? We have the Knight of Swords. It's coming in for the Divine Masculine. Oh, no, I'm not going to take these. It's coming in for the Divine Masculine. Judgment. Wow. Literally over the contract card. Well, I mean, it kind of slid, but that's where I was going with that. They are called to, they're being called to action right now. The masculine is being called to action. Forward movement. There's been a lot of stagnant energy because of this, the Ten of Swords. They have felt very stuck in their situations. They've felt betrayed. They've felt so much anguish and agony because they've been in this moon energy where the feminines were earlier this year, if this is resonating. And now it's time for action. It's time to move forward. It's time to get out of this energy and move into this energy of healing the last little things that you need to heal so that you can move forward onto your divine path, your mission in life, you know, what you're supposed to be doing, not just for a collective, but for yourself. This is truly walking away from the things that don't serve you anymore. I didn't want to look, but I looked. Bottom of the deck, Death card. I'm going to go ahead and take that one out. What is the masculine not telling the feminine? Temperance. They're learning to balance out themselves. They're learning to balance out their energy. It's been a heavy energy for the masculine. They're not used to healing this way. A lot of masculines were in such an ego energy that having that stripped away and having to go within is very extremely difficult. We've been there, feminine, so we understand. You should understand. I know in the 3D it's easy to look at what's going on. We got the Page of Cups. Excuse me. Page of Cups. It's easy to look at what's going on in the 3D and get irritated, get mad, be impatient, be like, what are you doing? I've been in that energy. But just always remember that the divine is always working, and we're currently living parallel lives. So what you may see is not always true. You could be seeing illusions. And I just actually had this discussion with my masculine last night. So much of our lives were spent in an illusion. That one wants to come out. Four of Swords. Got the Page of Cups and the Four of Swords. I feel stress around family. They're worried about their kids. They're worried about their family. They're ready to move forward. With it being a page, though, they don't feel like they're ready. Then we got the Knight of Wands. So we got the Eight of Swords, which to me is a mental entrapment card. They're stuck in their heads. Again, that goes into the thinking man energy. They don't feel ready to come toward you with an offer that is legit and sound, basically, is what I'm getting. Which I've said this before and I'll say it again. That's okay. If they're not ready, you don't want somebody coming toward you that's not ready, because then it's going to end up where it was before. But it will be fast moving once they get out of their heads. It's coming in for the Divine Feminine with this full moon. What's coming in for the feminine? Really? Ten of Cups. In traditional tarot, that's the card with the family and the rainbow and the happy life. And I do want to mention this. When you reach the Ten of Cups, wow. The sun again. Femmes, we got the sun here twice. Beautiful. Things aren't always going to be cupcakes and rainbows, even when you're in union. And I say this because I am in union. And I have been triggered. I have been doing my own inner healing, and I know he has too. So this is why it's important to not focus on union, because you're still going to go through shit. I specifically have been dealing with triggers that I thought I was going to be okay with moving from. And all that it means when you get triggered is that it's time to let it go again. Address it, deal with it, and let it go. And that's why it keeps coming back up, so you can heal it. It can be frustrating. We got the Two of Coins here, so some more balancing. And for the feminines, what I feel like this is balancing out those triggers. And again, this is for in separation, so you're still experiencing triggers. How do you balance this out and maintain your energy in a positive energy? You don't always have to be positive. It doesn't always have to be love and light. Like I said, sometimes you have to go into the shadows. You have to go into this darker energy so that you can heal from it and move past it. If you're staying in an energy that's always love and light, cupcakes and rainbows, then you're not truly dealing with the issues, right? You're kind of burying them under this facade of bliss. And so you're not going to be able to deal with what you need to deal with. And that's the biggest part of this journey. All right, so feminines, we got Seven of Cups. So you guys have options coming in. This could be related to job, family, friends, opportunities to travel, different jobs coming in, different career opportunities as far as like working for yourself maybe coming in. You may also be getting different love offers. Masculine may be coming in, but others might be too. So you may have to use discernment and who you choose to give your energy to. Three of Coins. Yep. We got some options coming in. People are seeing you in your power. Six of Wands. People are seeing, well, the Six of Spears, but Wands. Like I just said, people are seeing you in your power. They're recognizing you in this energy that is, I know who I am. I'm not perfect. I'm okay with my faults, but I know what I deserve, and I'm not accepting anything less than that. That could be related to a job, family, friends, lovers. I'm not accepting anything less than I deserve. And if you can't bring that to the table, then you can go eat somewhere else. Period. Which is a great energy to be in. You have the Sun here twice. And the Ten of Cups. What's the feminine not telling the masculine? And this is if you guys have any communication at all. Any kind of light communication. Anything like that. I feel like a lot of you do. I feel like a lot of you are starting to get messages, calls, things like that. It's very lighthearted though. It hasn't hit the heaviness. Page of Swords. You guys are, feminines are still defensive against the masculine, and that's okay. But it's one of those things you have to go within, figure out why you're defensive. And obviously it's going to be for reasons like trust, betrayal, things like that. So you need to heal those things. Don't ignore your triggers. That one wants to come out. Betrayal, being left out in the cold. A lot of you feel like it's hard to trust this person again if they come in because they've left you before. Which is understandable. And if the masculine has grown, then he would understand that. If he has grown, he's growing into the King of Coins. There's going to be a need for conversations of your triggers, conversations of the pain. There's going to be a need for conversations on Not necessarily why things happen the way they did, because you guys kind of should be past that. But if you're triggered, it's okay to address it with the other person, right? The way I approach it is, I'm triggered. This is what's going on with me. I know it's something that I need to look into, but here is what I need you to look into as well, as to why I'm being triggered. Ultimately, if this is a twin flame connection, your twin is your mirror. So they're gonna mirror things that make you uncomfortable. Not all the time, but sometimes. So if I'm being made uncomfortable, I need to address why. But that's not taking any responsibility from your counterpart. They could also be doing things that are triggering you or causing you to be triggered. So it needs to be at least talked about. All right, so I'm going to get these out of the way, and I'm going to pull some other cards here. I'm going to see what shadows the masculine and feminine are in that we need to address with this full moon. The full moon and the lunar eclipse is a time to really purge things, because the moon is essentially blocked by the earth, right? So I feel like some of the emotions that you guys may have been trying to deal with have been blocked out. And so now it's time to address them and purge them. And I cannot find... Oh, they're right here. Okay. And that's essentially what a full moon represents anyway. So that's why I've wanted to get this video out before the full moon, even though it's today, which today is what, the 17th? July 17th? But I just... Between my energy and my kids and just other things going on, I just haven't had a chance to. But I know this energy is intense. I know it is for a lot of you. What shadows is the masculine facing right now with this full moon energy? What shadows? We have elusive. Actually, I want to do this. This is standing out to me. Non-action. Insecure. Again, that ties into what I said before about them feeling like they can't come forward because they don't feel like they're ready to come forward in a way that is going to be significant. It needs to be something, they know that it needs to be something that you can accept. They can't come with no half-ass shit like, here's my fish in a cup, I love you. That's not going to work anymore. They have to come with a buffet. They have to come with the whole shebang this time, and they feel it and they know it. So they're not moving right now because they're trying to get their shit together, basically. And they're insecure, and the elusiveness is just them not telling you that. How much inner work. I think a lot of them still have this pride energy where they don't really want to admit that they're in this heavy emotional energy, because a lot of men have been raised to feel like they can't be emotional, and that's part of this paradigm that needs to be shifted. It's okay to be emotional. It's healthy to be emotional. But our men have been raised to feel like it's not masculine to be emotional. And it makes them look weak. So that's something that they're having to kind of break through. And if you want to empathize with the masculine, that's very difficult. That's ingrained in the masculine energy for years, generations, thousands of years. What shadows is the feminine working through right now? Whoa, envious. Envious. Some of you could be envious of other people's, what am I looking for? Progress in their journey or in their life. We have shocking. Secondary. I want to clarify shocking. We have cowardly. I was always told to not look at other people's blessings because that's their blessings. Yours are going to come in the way they're supposed to, when they're supposed to, and how they're supposed to. You don't have the same blessings somebody else has. So the more you focus on somebody else, it keeps you away from your own journey. I'm so guilty of this. Well, why do they? I'm not as far as I need to be in my life. According to who? Everything works out in divine timing for who it needs to work out for. Okay, so the shocking card. I don't feel like this is shocking news coming in. I feel like it's more of a shock of the masculine. The masculine being in touch with this feminine side. His emotional side. And the masculine actually growing. And you may be having your masculine come to you and saying things that are more spiritually aligned. And I feel like that's where the shock is coming from. Like, oh my gosh, how did you know that? You know, like if they talk about energy, or if they talk about, you know, the planets, or I've heard a couple masculines say things like purge in relation to purging energy. So you may be getting things like that from your masculine, and that's kind of like, oh. As far as it being clarified with cowardly, a lot of you look at them as cowards. It's just what it is. And so it's shocking to see them coming into this powerful energy. But some of you are so focused on everybody else that you're kind of not really focused on yourself right now. Plant your own seeds, water your own garden, and don't always worry about what other people have going on or where they are in their own journey, because your journey is divinely designed for you. Let me say that again. Your journey is divinely designed for you. What somebody else has going on has nothing to do with you. They have their own contracts. Somebody may have their shit together right now, and in 5 years, the tables can completely turn. I've seen people's lives change in one day. So don't focus so much on what somebody else has going on or what they're doing, because it becomes unhealthy. I mean, we have envious and secondary here for you guys, as far as your shadows go. Let's see what guidance we have. What guidance do we have for the divine masculine? This full moon and lunar eclipse. What guidance? What guidance do we have for the divine masculine? Work through your fears. Again, they're working through this mental anguish of stepping into a feminine energy and stepping into a more emotional energy. Feminines, I'm going to put this in the middle because this is crazy. All right. And I just got to put this out there because we also had the death card and temperance. So I'm Scorpio sun and moon. My masculine is Sagittarius sun and Scorpio moon. So when I saw death and temperance, it resonated with me personally. Even though we're not in separation, this message can still resonate. But we also have Scorpio and Saggy here. I just had to say that. Like you guys actually care, but you know, it's just crazy. Anyway, masculine, work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Feminines, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. And then in the middle, we have a fiery climax approaches. When this masculine comes forward, he's going to be ready. He's going to have an offer that's stable and secure and that meets your requirements and your needs. Feminine, stop worrying about everybody else. Don't worry so much about the past with the masculine. He has changed. You have to trust the universe that he has changed. I'm speaking because I've gone through this. Look at the bigger picture. What is the big picture? What happiness do you guys have together? What have you learned through your awakening? What has the masculine learned through his awakening? Don't focus so much on him, but you can look at it and say, you know, he's grown. He's not the same person, just like I'm not the same person. How does our growing and our awakening affect those around us? How are people around us learning from our connection? Because at the end of the day, that's why we're here. Some people disagree, some agree about, you know, raising the consciousness of the planet. I agree with that. Because if you look at our planet, it's in such it's in such turmoil that we need to raise the vibration. People need to let these guards down of not being able to be emotional or not being able to accept love from someone. Fiery climax approaches. This is you guys coming together. This is you guys realizing, I think you both know this connection, but actually truly realizing that, you know what, we've done the work. Now it's time to see it in action in the 3D. Now we can see everything that we've learned and everything that we've worked through coming to fruition in the 3D. Let's see what's under this. Luck is on your side. Wow. Okay. So now I want to, I saw a spread on Instagram and I want to use it. I cannot remember her name, or I don't know if it was a woman or man who posted it, but I want to do the spread that they posted for the full moon. And I'll drop their handle in the comments. But it was pretty cool, and I think it's significant for both the masculine and feminine to kind of look at these things. So I'm going to tap into this and do this little spread that I saw. I'm going to start with the masculine. All right, masculine, where do you feel like your life is out of control? What is the masculine? Two of Cups. The relationship with you is out of control, feminine. Oh, we had another one flip. Can't make that up, you guys. Two of Cups, Page of Cups. They want to be ready. They just, it's trying to navigate these waters, literally. All this water right here. That they've never really navigated before. I'm going to set these right here. What should the masculine invite more into their life? What should the Whoa. Okay, this might be too many. Yeah. King of Cups. They need to invite that king energy in there and then go from a page to a king. Masculine, if you're watching, it's time to come out of your comfort zone and work through your fears. For real. And it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be in touch with your emotions. And you don't have to be 100% ready to come forward. You just need to be stable enough in your own self. Where is the masculine seeking approval from others? In what area is the masculine seeking approval? Ten of Pentacles. And I just had a bunch of cards come out. So 1 second. Ten of Pentacles. I feel like this is related to money. The masculine is still seeking approval for jobs. I feel like some of them lost their job and they're waiting to hear back from a job. But I feel like some of them are seeking approval from their friends still. And their family. And that's part of the reason why they're not able to come forward. Because they may be in touch with their more emotional side. And their friends are maybe not agreeing that they should come forward to you. Or they're definitely talking about you to their friends. But some people may not agree with their decision. And maybe, you know, almost talking shit. Here's why, though. The masculine has been in a space where he's able to be around his friends all the time. Hang out, you know, go out, do whatever. But if they come toward you seriously, all that's going to stop. And if the masculine is someone who has been supporting their friends, who has been helping their friends out, and now they're going to start helping themselves, why would they want them to move on? When they can eat off the same table as the masculine instead of having to go get their own stuff. What truth is being revealed right now to the masculine? Off the top, I feel like truth about people around you. And we have judgment at the bottom. Or judgment that came out. Being called to action and you're... I'm so sorry, you guys. My video got cut off. For some reason, I keep getting these stupid ads on my phone. I don't know what app they're coming from. So it cut my video off. But anyway. Masculine. You're being called to look at the things that are no longer serving you. The people that are no longer serving you. And move away from them so that you can move in action. You're being called to action, masculine. What is motivating the masculine right now? In this full moon, lunar eclipse energy, what is motivating the masculine? Heartbreak. They're being motivated by their pain. Which is beautiful. That's what needs to happen. Sometimes, again, I said again, like I already said this, but I know I have in other videos. Sometimes the tower comes in because it needs to break away the things that are no longer serving you. People who are just trying to eat off your table and not contribute. You can't even bring biscuits, dog. Like, you can't even bring potato salad. Everybody's potato salad ain't good. Still, you can't bring biscuits. Heartbreak over themselves, what they've done, is a motivation. What is the message from the moon for the masculine? In this full moon in Capricorn. Queen of Wands. I want to clarify that. Seven of Spears, Seven of Wands. So, what this is telling me is that, and at the bottom we have the Six of Swords. So, what this is telling me is that when you're in this energy, I'm sorry, one second. When you're in this energy of knowing your worth, being in your power, and this energy of almost running your empire. People are going to come at you. People are not going to like to see you prosper. People are not going to want to see you do better than them. Not everybody, but people who are used to you taking care of them. People who are used to you bringing everything to the table and them not necessarily contributing to it. They're going to have a problem with that. It's time to move away, though. And at the bottom of under Six of Swords, we have the World. The world is at your hands, literally. And these friends, these people, these situations that are around that aren't serving you, they need to fall away so that you can accept your blessings, masculines. Real friends will support you. I have this conversation all the time. You know how everybody wants like the homie hookup. Hey, you do hair, let me get the hookup. Hey, you do tattoos, let me get the hookup. Hey, you do tarot readings, let me get a hookup. A real friend isn't going to minimize your business by always wanting a deal. It's okay to hook people up if you want to, but a real friend is going to want to see you be the most successful person that you can be. Even if that means they don't get $12 off. And I think that's some of the power that the masculine needs to come into. That isn't necessarily easy. Sometimes it's hard to start setting boundaries, especially if you haven't had the best ones in the past. Not saying like you're just spineless, but... Alright, feminine, before I even got to my question, justice came out for what you feel like is out of control. This goes back into you feeling like things just aren't going to manifest. Like the masculine hasn't grown. Like they maybe haven't seen their side of justice. What does the feminine need to invite more into her life? And her, it could be a man. It's just energy, but it's easier to just channel that way. The world. You guys see this, right? The world for both. Where is the feminine seeking approval from? Where is the feminine still seeking approval? This one wants to come out. Eight of Coins. Wow. So this could also be people around you. This could be employers. This could be job situations. But this could also be people who maybe have an inkling that you are even communicating with your divine masculine again. And people who aren't aware of this journey may look at it as it's extremely toxic. It can come off very toxic. And they may be questioning as to why you are entertaining this person again. What truth is being revealed? And I'll clarify that. What truth is being revealed to the feminine? Lack mindsets. Also betrayal. Again, this came out earlier. This being left out in the cold energy, this abandonment, it's time to deal with it. Also a lack mindset. Know your worth, accept your worth, and it's the same message for the masculine. You can't put yourself out there like you're begging somebody to take you seriously. Put yourself out there, take your own self seriously, and other people will follow. What is motivating the feminine right now? I don't think I'm going to take this one. What is motivating the feminine right now? What is motivating the feminine with this full moon in Capricorn? Six of Coins, more balance. You're trying to find a balance. You guys are doing work. It's just a matter of trying. How do I address these triggers again? Because I'm pretty sure most of us have experienced the abandonment, the betrayal, the lack mindset before. How do I properly deal with it this time? Now that the masculine is back, showing interest, and we're in communication again, how do I put what I've learned into action? It's a message from the moon for the feminine. What message do we have from the moon? Nine of Cups. Can you clarify the Nine of Cups? To me, this is telling me be in your power. Don't be cocky, but know that you have something of value. You're worth it. And if you don't take yourself seriously, other people won't. Two of Swords is here. This is a matter of recognizing your worth, I feel. Feminines. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. Thank you. Feminines, we also have the Seven of Spears here. Seven of Wands. You have people coming at you too. And it's making this decision. And I don't think it's a decision of accepting the masculine into your life. As some of it is. But I feel like this is people may be coming at you for what you're doing in your life for yourself. And it may be hard to get past the haters sometimes. People may say negative things to you, nasty things to you, and it has you questioning yourself. But don't forget all the inner work that you have done. Know within your own self that you are worth everything that you want. I do want to clarify the Eight of Coins. Can we clarify the Eight of Coins? That's where the feminine seeking approval. I mean, I think it kind of came out clear now, but I do want to clarify it. Where's the feminine seeking approval? Where's the feminine seeking approval? About the King of Swords. This is definitely the people around you. This could be clients. This could be if you have a YouTube channel. This could be a Facebook. People coming at you with negative shit to say. And you kind of let it get to you. So just know within yourself, you're divinely guided. You're a divine being. And what people have to say about you is their business. Block them and move on. Don't let it get to you. All right. I want to see if I have any last messages with this full moon energy and this eclipse energy. I'm just going to focus on the connection now. Do we have any other messages for our soul connections, our divine counterparts? As a whole, as a unit? Any other messages? Throat chakra. Speak up for yourself. Defend yourself. Patience is here again. Patience and planning. Be patient and trust the journey. But also be prepared for things. If you know you got a job interview, be prepared for it. If you know you're moving, be prepared for it. Any other messages for our divine counterparts? I think that's it. I didn't pull from this deck though. I think the message has been pretty clear for both of you guys though. But I'm just being extra today because it's a full moon. Yep. Full. Making a choice in solitude. Solitude relates to the masculine, I feel. It could also relate to the feminine. You may be wanting to be inside yourself again. Come Together just came out. Beautiful. Making a choice. I feel like this is both of you guys again. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with what you've learned? How are you going to move forward in a logical, real life? Well, I hate saying real life anymore. And in a way that is practical and logical. What are you going to do with what you've learned on your journey? Any other messages, Spirit? Do we have any other messages? Magic Stream. Bottom of the deck, Moonlight. If you don't know how to do a full moon ceremony, look into it. Take a salt bath. Get your stones and crystals out if you have them. Set your intentions to purge things that no longer serve you. And I usually write mine out in a letter to the universe, and to God and my angels, and whatever you believe in. And then let it go. Magic Stream. I want to pull a book on this. I haven't seen this card yet. Magic Stream. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning and a middle and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all part of a continuity. I always struggle with that word. And a greater evolution. Life, like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential. When you remember you're a part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. What did I say earlier about raising the consciousness of those around you, and essentially of the world? This journey is more than just about you guys. It's about those around you. And if you're on this journey, you've probably been doing stuff like this your whole life, sharing your story with others in an effort to help them. That's all you're doing. It's helping people to see the bigger picture and find the love within themselves. Beautiful. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Happy full moon. Happy eclipse. We still have some time to go with some of these retrogrades, but Mercury should be done soon. I'm sending you guys so much love on this journey. I know it's not always easy, but we're in this together, and we will get through it, and we will manifest. And I almost said a bad word. I don't know why. We will do what we're here to do, and there's such a huge support community, and I love to see it. So reach out to people who understand the journey more so than people who don't, and you'll get a better reaction, and you'll get better guidance for what you're going through. But until next time, you guys take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.